The scholarship is a very specific scholarship. As Viso said, the students need to show some commitment. They need to find their own passports. They have to have their own passports, and they need to find their own transport to come to KL. The moment they arrive in KL, from there we pick them up, and from them we look after them. So they don't pay any tuition fees. They get accommodation and 3 meals a day for free. Okay, a small monthly allowance.
Wow.
They get 250 ringgit a month at the moment. That is just, you know, to for their own pocket money to buy their own toiletries. If they need a new pair of shoes or they need underclothes or whatever, you know, they need to buy those things for themselves. We give them books. We give them a basic uniform. What we mean by that is some T-shirts that they can play sport in, and some other shirts that they can wear, some blouses for the females. And then we cover medical insurance for them, you know, basic medical insurance, not cosmetic surgery or those sort of things, but basic medical insurance is covered. So you can see they are fully looked after. Once they've arrived in KL, they are fully looked after. We've got very nice accommodation for them, 3 meals a day. So really, it's a very valuable scholarship that they get. You know, it's easily, for the foundation students, it's easily something like 12,500 ringgit per year per student, the value. That's not even working in the value of the buildings and everything else. That's just sort of with the running cost. Is about 12,500 ringgit per year. What is the value of the scholarship that they get? That's just a broad indication of the monetary value of the scholarship. So you can see it's a very valuable. I mean, where else do you go where you get all your meals? So there are not many countries that can compete with this scholarship, and it's all Tan Sri Al-Bukhari that made this available through the foundation. Okay, the students are just required to travel to Malaysia for themselves and find their own travel documents. But you can see this is the reason why we cannot pay to send them home, you know, for holidays. We also don't allow them to work, students to take on student work. That's why we give them the allowance, because any free time that they are not studying, that is the time that we want to get them to do community service. Yeah, that's where they need to do community service. So, you know, so by giving them the allowance, that takes the necessity of them to go and work. If they are really needy students, they don't need to go and work for a little bit of money to, you know, just to buy some personal stuff. They get the allowance. So that's why we want them to get involved in community service, and we want to promote that with them. The scholarship is awarded to students of good academic standing. What we mean by that, they need to show academic potential, that they will gain a benefit from university studies. They need to be from a disadvantaged socioeconomic background, so they need to be disadvantaged students, physically and mentally fit, and they need to be willing to undertake compulsory volunteering community service. The student need to, you know, there needs to be that willingness at least to participate, so that we can inculcate those values in these students.
So after they completed their studies with the scholarship, do they have to?
Nothing. They don't pay back anything.
University?
Nothing. No bonding. No bonding. No bonding.
Wow.
Even if a student say after the foundation studies or after English, the intensive English say, oh no, I'm too homesick, I want to go home. They can go home. They don't need to repay anything. Very important point. Very important point. So Tan Sri Al-Bukhari doesn't require them to pay back anything. And as you said, even after their studies, they go home. They don't owe Malaysia or Tan Sri a single cent.